Oh, hell. I don't think hell is broken loose. What do they say? What's that expression? But boy, common sense is lacking. Woo! I've been trying to send a video to a friend. A video I made. Well, audio, video, whatever. It's got me, I'm in it. Trying for 10, 15 minutes or whatever, and whew. And so, what you figure out in the end is that it's like in the end. Like, I mean, think about that expression. In the end. Like, taking it in the ass. Now, Samsung is updating their fucking system. They don't bother to tell you they're going to update their system, so you know that your phone isn't going to work for a while. No. Why would we send out a simple message? Your phone will not work for the next 15 minutes. Koreans. As much as I love Koreans, and I have to say the women are just wonderful. But the males are on autopilot. They just fucking study. They are some of the smartest people in the world, no doubt about that. No common sense. I mean, what us Americans refer to as common sense is like, does that make sense? Do you really want to do that? Fucking Korean automatons. The men, on average, are automatons. They don't think about anything. So the concept, and they are, they're a big, traditional family kind of thing. You got 2 or 3 generations living in the same house. So the women are the caretakers, and a lot of women never had a job. They live at home and they take care of the kids. They raise the kids. I remember being in McDonald's one time with a girlfriend of mine, Sue Jean. I guess I'd call her a girlfriend even though she was married. But we loved each other. I still love her, man. Ooh, if there were ever a woman to marry, oh man, if she wasn't already married and had kids, man, whoo. But I remember we took the kids, 2 boys. One of them's 4, and at that time, one of them's 4 and one of them's 7. We took the kids to McDonald's, and she let the kids order for themselves, and and so the kids got up there, and they are, well, and I can't say it in Korean. I've forgotten how to say it in Korean, but so I'll say it in English, and not going to sound like a kid at all. So I just use my own voice. But the kid, the 7-year-old. Well, I would like a Big Mac, but I don't want a pickle. So can you take the pickle off the Big Mac? And I like the fries. I want some fries, but can you put them in a bag? I don't like the container that you put them in. And I will have a chocolate shake. Just fucking kidding. You think I'm fucking kidding? I mean, the Koreans are different, man. Koreans are different. 4-year-old gets up there and doesn't say a fucking thing. He just points at the menu. So the clerk said, "Oh, you want the Big Mac family special? You want the?" So they eventually got it figured out. And Eugene and I are standing there. And I really do love this woman. I mean, I just love her. Gosh darn it, man. Could have been married. Somebody got her, though. Eugene and I are standing there. And they're right beside each other, and I'm looking at her. I'm like, your kids are. Yeah, I got that look on my face like, really? Your kids are stupid. They're crazy. Eugene is not looking at me. She's just patiently waiting. So this is how Korean parents treat their kids. They just give them free reign, and it works. It works. Yeah, I would have told them to shut up, you little fuckers. Order a couple of hamburgers and let's get out of here. But the Korean method of raising children works. I mean, look at the country. Look at the country has gone from 0 to 60 in about a half a second. I mean, they build boats. And I bring this up a lot. This one fact. I mean, the Korean ship manufacturers, they're just off the, what is it? The East Coast, just off of Seoul, I forget. Anyway, they can manufacture a boat in a fraction of the time that it takes, the Newport News boat builders to build a boat. I mean, if it takes the Newport News boat builders to build a boat in 6 years, it takes the Koreans 2 months. Google it. That's a fact. So that's the great thing about having done some traveling. You get a little perspective. Everybody, if you just stay here in America, all the dumb shits think, oh, I'm so special. I'm very special. Guess what, motherfucker? You are pretty fucking dumb compared to most people on the planet. You just have the dollar. We got the dollar keeping everything elevated. Woo! So all that's gonna end. Big talk about it. I mean, if there is one thing I follow in the news, and I've told you I don't follow the news, but I got one of those. What do you call it? Anyway, so I signed up, and so they send me any news on the American dollar. Sounds bad. Sounds like the dollar is going down. China has put a bullseye on it. Russia has put a bullseye on it. The Europeans don't know what to think because the dollar and the euro are so interrelated. So we'll see what happens. Well, when you get, half the planet deciding that, oh, well, you know what, just a bunch of cloth paper you guys are putting up over there and buying the world. Seems like a crime to us. Now, I don't know how to say that in Russian. or Chinese Mandarin. But that's what they're thinking. That's what they're saying to each other and to, you know, I've seen a lot of interviews on television with Steve Bannon. I don't know what's going to happen to us when, the dollar does crash. We're not going to be able to afford anything. Gas is going to be too expensive. Food is going to be too expensive. And, a car, fuck that. Nobody's going to be able to afford to buy a car. They're already too expensive. New cars, so. But there will be a lot of used cars. And that assumes that the bank that the loan was taken out to buy the car with goes under, and the bank can't repossess. So, the person who bought the car, a stupid price, $70,000 for a Ford 150, and then it goes up from there to Jesus Christ, what the fuck? So, it's going to be an interesting time. We're all going to be broke. And then we're going to have to depend on the farmers. Grow us some food. Please grow us some food, will you? I like corn. Corn is my favorite. I don't see an exit. I mean, it reminds me of the Kevin Costner movie, No Way Out. Man, when we go broke, which we're gonna, we are, this is an inevitability. The Chinese and the Russians and some of the other countries are gonna take the dollar out. I mean, it's not, there is no rule that says, the dollar will always be king dollar. Ask Larry Kudlow. Of course, he's on live TV and he can't be too negative, but I would guess that he's probably hinting around it. Says, the dollar may be in trouble. So what are we going to do? Fuck. I've been meaning to go on a diet, but don't really want to have to go on a diet because my dollar won't buy a hamburger. I have to starve to fucking death. But you're the wizard, Ron. You pay attention to the news, and I get emails now and then that says, here's the current situation. Well, what are your thoughts? Because you actively watch the news. You watch Larry Kudlow. I'm not sure Larry Kudlow. I never trusted him. I mean, remember it was Kudlow and Kramer back when they were pawning stocks, fucking Amazon, and so on and so forth. Amazon turned out to be a good purchase, but you had to hold it for 30 years. It went up to 400 and something back when you and I were trading stocks, and I was shorting it. I borrowed $1,000 from you to short Amazon because I thought, well, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's a guy in his garage selling books. Now, of course, it became something vastly different, but it did go from 400 and something to $7. $7. You could have bought Amazon in the late 90s for $7. So I don't know what it's going for now, and I don't know how many times it's split. But anybody that bought it, and our friend Bill owns some, and Bill happened to buy all the right stocks. He's probably, I mean, if there were a list, were a list, whatever. We have one of the richest friends. I mean, I already know he has at least 20 million. But I don't know about any of his other purchases. He's made 20 million off of Apple. But he's got Amazon, he's got some other stuff, and so how rich is our friend Bill? Have you ever asked him? I never have. It's just not one of those things you do with friends. How much money do you have? I want to know how much money you have. And he bought right. He bought that house down there, Point Loma. At the bottom of the market. I think he got it for 500 and something. And it's probably worth 2-3 million now. So he's done everything right. His timing is perfect. Sure wish I would have listened to him some more. I mean, had him in the living room most weekends. We'd surf and then we'd sit and hang out. And I thought I was so smart. Turns out I'm a fucking moron. Big moron. Gigantic moron. I should have been listening to Bill. Because he's made all the right decisions. It would have been so easy. I mean, I got this great income. I got no debt. I haven't had a credit card or a loan since 2000 or whatever. So no debt. I can save a lot of money every month. And if I had only listened to Bill. Buy a little apple. Buy a little apple. Every paycheck. Oh, shit. I'd be a big-time millionaire. I would have women chasing me everywhere. Not the kind of women you want, really, but... so that's all. That's the way, the cookie crumbles. And that's all I have to say.